Welcome to another episode of Make Adventure Happen podcast. In this podcast, in every episode, we talk about one country. We answer some of the most popular questions about this one country and we share our own experience in the country. With me, Kaspars and Una.
Hi.
Today is going to be a different kind of episode. Today we are going to talk about 15 countries, not one, but 15 countries. Because in 2023 we went to 15 countries, and in this episode we are going to quickly talk about our experience, rate maybe our experience in these countries, and maybe inspire you to visit one of those countries.
Yeah.
Let's
Hopefully.
start with the first one. Thailand. Year 2023 we started and also ended in Thailand. In the year 2023 I went actually to Thailand 3 times. So we visited Udon Thani, the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Bangkok, at least a couple of times. Rayong, a completely new city for us, a beachside town in Thailand. And Koh Samet, we always forget Koh Samet.
It's a beautiful island.
Yeah, Koh Samet, a beautiful island, not far from Bangkok.
Yeah.
Koh Chang. So Udon
Also
Thani.
not too far from Bangkok, right? Koh Chang.
True. We went to the popular Koh Chang.
Yes, there are two. There's like one, the big one, not so far from Bangkok, and there's another. I think it's on the east or west coast. Yes, west coast.
On the west coast, the one we didn't visit.
Yeah, we visited the large one on near Bangkok. On the west coast, it's a small island, and it's less popular. We went to the most popular.
Yeah.
One of the most popular islands.
In Thailand.
In Thailand, yeah, Koh Chang, not so far from Bangkok.
So Koh Chang, good, no?
In between.
Not really our kind of island.
It's kind of
Boring?
It's too boring, I think, and there's nothing much to see, unfortunately. For instance, Phuket has more going on. Well, it has more dining, more bars, more of a city, more
everything.
More everything. Like it has more attractions. It has more places to visit. It has good restaurants. It has shops. It's a large island.
Yeah, and I think the same goes for many other popular tourist destinations in Thailand. Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Koh Phangan.
Koh Phangan
is also better than Koh Chang.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't like it.
But the same goes like for many popular places. There are more to do
Koh
than
Samui is a lot better.
There is more to do than on Koh Chang.
Yeah.
Koh Chang boring.
Koh Samet, while still very small and also not too many places to visit, but it's still better than Koh Chang because it has like this upscale, luxurious vibe in some places, and it's like it feels like a very nice, like a relaxing holiday destination, weekend destination. Where if you live in Bangkok, you can go to Koh Samet, and there are like plenty of nice restaurants, nice hotels, beautiful beaches, beautiful resorts, tidy, clean, nice. Yeah.
In short, highly recommended. Koh Samet.
Yeah, and
island.
it's more for local people and expats who live in Bangkok.
Like everyone can go, but mostly
but
locals.
everyone is welcome.
Nice place, Koh Samet.
Thumbs up.
Not far from Koh Samet and Koh Chang is a beachside city called Rayong. This was our first time there. Not very like going on a place, but we liked it. We really liked it. It's enjoyable place for a more quieter time in Thailand. What I liked the most was the proximity to Bangkok. You could be there by the beach, then jump on a mini one and in 4 hours be in Eka Mai bus station in Bangkok.
And
Amazing.
Rayong is something like Pattaya, but for local people.
Yeah, it's kind of beach city, but
there's not too many drunk people and not too many parties, but it's like more of a relaxing beach resort for local people.
Rayong has like 1% of tourists of what you have in Pattaya or Phuket.
Yeah, Pattaya is a hellhole, I think. For me, it's a hellhole, but Rayong is nice. It's relaxing.
For the town that it is, it's a thumbs up from
thumbs up.
Bangkok.
And Rayong is very close to Koh Samet, so if you want to visit Rayong and Koh Samet, you can combine the trip to Koh Samet and Rayong, because from Rayong it's like a 20-minute taxi ride to the pier, and then like 10 or 20-minute ride by boat to Koh Samet.
Great combo for some, let's say, off the beaten path destination in Thailand. Bangkok, I think it doesn't require too many comments. It's just
just Bangkok.
I would say it's getting the thumbs up. It goes higher. We like it more and more.
Every time, higher and higher.
Great place. Udon Thani, a beach. Oh no, not beach. A border city between Thailand and Laos, very close to the Laos capital city, Vientiane. Not very interesting.
I guess the region is interesting. It's the Isan region. And Udon Thani is the capital of this region. I think it was Isan, right? And
I think so.
Many people
northeast.
Yeah, many people tell us that Isan is like less touristy than other places in Thailand, and it's highly recommendable to visit Isan for people who have been to Thailand many times, especially, and have seen so many places, so many popular tourist destinations. People recommend to visit Isan, both locals and foreigners, and we have been only to Udon Thani. We haven't been to Isan, the other parts of Isan, but we might go. But Udon Thani is just a regular Thai city.
Not bad, definitely.
Yeah, it's quite good. You have a video about Udon Thani.
Yeah, you can watch our video. Country number 2. The second country that we went in 2023 was Laos, one of the last places in Southeast Asia where we hadn't been before. And what a surprise it was! We were genuinely surprised. You can watch our podcast about Laos where we talk more about the country, but in short, we were surprised that how easy it is to travel between the main places, how amazing is the food in Vientiane and Luang Prabang, and the third thing, how amazing is Luang Prabang. I had never expected to find a city this beautiful and
in Asia, in Southeast Asia.
In Laos.
Oh, okay.
In Laos, I was expecting to find something more than what you can see in Van Bien, but Luang Prabang. Wow.
Beautiful.
My kind of place.
Beautiful architecture. It's like a colonial town, a colonial city, and I think it used to be the capital of Laos.
Of monarchy.
Yeah, so a lot of like palaces there, and it's, well, probably palace is only one, but like many magnificent buildings from that time, and it's very impressive. And a lot of nice cafes and restaurants, and the prices are very affordable.
Yes, that's another cool thing about Laos, even though it has this great food in the capital and in Luang Prabang, it's very affordable. You get the quality like in Singapore and in London, but for the fifth of the price, like 80% cheaper than in Singapore for the same quality, or London.
Maybe not Singapore, but London.
Yeah. Singapore is also quite affordable actually when it comes to food. It's okay. Accommodation is expensive. Okay. One more thing about Laos. Also, they have very beautiful nature. We didn't like the city town of Vang Vieng,
yeah.
but nature,
Yes,
amazing.
perfect. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All the way.
And yeah, but the biggest thumbs up goes for the Luang Prabang. We spent 3 weeks. We had not planned to stay there that long, but amazing.
Perfect.
This was country number 2, Laos. Country number 3, Malaysia. Or what? I don't remember.
We have been
15th,
there. We have
16th,
been there
17th.
many times, but like more of we traveled there more several years ago. But now I would say we didn't really like it this time, because I think we just been there too many times and it's just nothing new for us.
Yeah, I also felt similar, and unlucky for us this time we went to a town called Ipoh.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it could be a very nice place, but unfortunately it isn't. I believe it could be similar to Penang, attracting millions of tourists, but
Before.
I don't know what has changed.
Yeah.
I don't know what has changed. Maybe
Yeah.
it seems like the place is closing down. It's beautiful, it has unique temples, but it seems like it's closing down. And we had booked a stay for 3 weeks in that town, and we like...
Huge mistake.
It was so boring, and as a result it also made our whole stay in Malaysia more boring.
Yeah.
Another thing that we didn't notice before, but we felt like very strongly now, maybe it's because we have started like working out more, walking more, running more. In KL it's hard to go somewhere walking.
Foot, yes.
It's so loud, you have to get through some crazy traffic across several highways just to get to that park, and it closes at 7. 6, 5. Yeah, but speaking of the good things, good impressions, I was surprised about Cameroon Highlands.
Yeah, the tea fields and the hiking trails there, it's perfect.
Yeah, beautiful nature.
But a lot of rubbish some places.
Not good, yeah. Yeah, if you are a tourist and you haven't been to Malaysia, yeah, go for it. There is lots of good things about Malaysia. One of the things being the fact that many people speak English, and that makes traveling super easy.
Transportation is cheap and efficient.
Yeah.
Flights are cheap.
Yeah.
Flights are like from KL going to major cities in Malaysia, and on the other part, and to the other part of Malaysia. You might already know that there are 2 parts. Like Malaysia consists of 2 parts: peninsular Malaysia, which has a border with Thailand and Singapore, and the other part is across the sea, across the strait. I don't know, across some water, and it's like another part, second part of Malaysia, which is Borneo Malaysia or Sabah Malaysia. I don't remember. Borneo Malaysia, and there's like there are several large cities there as well, like Kuching.
Some beautiful nature.
And there was the second one was called
Kota Kinabalu.
Kota Kinabalu.
Kota Kinabalu is also the tallest mountain in Malaysia, I believe, and it's on that part of Malaysia, and that's a part that we have never been and would be interested to go at some point. Yeah, many good things about Malaysia, not really the place for us at the moment. I think we have been just too many times. Country number 4,
Vietnam.
Bangladesh.
For you, Bangladesh, yes.
Bangladesh, I went to Bangladesh. It was a dream of mine to go to Bangladesh. It wasn't a dream of...
No, that's why I didn't go there.
So I booked that flight to Dhaka, Bangladesh, the capital of Bangladesh, something like half a year ago. It's a very, very like early booking for me.
You mean like half a year before the trip?
Before the trip, yeah. I had booked the flight very long time before, and from KL, from Kuala Lumpur, because it's cheaper from there. I guess many Bangladeshi are working in Malaysia, and they go back and forth between these countries. I went there. Dhaka, the city, the capital, crazy, chaotic, busy, interesting for me as a tourist. But at the same time, I couldn't also stop thinking that it must be a hell for those
Yeah.
people to be living there in these conditions. Super crowded. I have been to crowded cities. I have been to, I think, 15 or 16 of the biggest cities in the world. Dhaka takes it to another level in the way how uncomfortable this crowdiness makes you feel, how extremely loud and just uncomfortable it is because of the crowds. People, amazing people. And like I said, it's interesting. It was all interesting for me as a tourist. And the people were welcoming. And traveling in country for me was okay, easy. There is a good bus going to a few places. There are hotels that are very reasonable, but yeah, would I go again? Don't know. I didn't really feel like I missed anything. It's crazy. Some time must pass before I decide if I'm going or no.
It's similar, somewhat similar to India, because if you travel to India, some time must pass before you go to the second time. Well, for us at least.
It's yeah, it's a sensory overload. 10 times more than you can usually experience in other places. Next, country number 5 probably was India. It wasn't planned, but I went to India because going from Bangladesh to India and then back to Malaysia was half the price, even including the visa fee, flight to India, accommodation in India, food in India. So I thought, yeah, let's go. I'm going to Kolkata, one of my favorite places in India.
Yeah, it's a nice city. I liked it there.
Yeah, we have been there. I spent a few days there and then went to Malaysia. And to sum it up, after Dhaka, after Bangladesh, going to India, to Kolkata, one of the craziest cities. It's hard to imagine before going there, like what it really is like. But going there from Bangladesh was like going on a holiday. Peaceful, quiet, nice, not too many people. I didn't rate it. Bangladesh. It's a thumbs up, like a destination, very unique, interesting, and it reasonably easy to travel around because of nice people and there is transportation and everything and hotels. But definitely not for like if you're a beginner, it goes like down because it's hard. And India, India is fun. India is fun.
Yeah. But not for like just for a trip. I can't really stay there for longer than I don't know. Well, now I think maximum 2 weeks for me.
We have spent about 1 year in India and have a podcast on India. You can watch it.
Yeah, well, India is fun. It's nice and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to visit, but it could be kind of chaotic and a lot of rubbish. Not everywhere, but yeah. And well, a lot of attention, unwanted attention.
Yeah.
But still, it's a good place to visit. I would highly recommend, and in fact, I liked it more than the Philippines. Yeah, so it says a lot about the country.
Okay, that sums it up about India. Then I went back to Malaysia. We spent some time in Malaysia together and went to the country number, I don't know, 6 probably.
Next country.
Vietnam.
We've been there. We've been to Vietnam once. Yeah.
We have been once, actually twice.
And this time we went to not to like mainland Vietnam, but to an island called Phu Quoc, and you don't need to have a visa if you're only going to visit the Phu Quoc Island. And yeah, we went there. We really didn't need the visa. If you don't plan to go somewhere else in Vietnam, then if you only visit Phu Quoc, you don't need a visa. and we spent there like 2 weeks, and we were surprised. It felt nice. It was like Vietnam, but like a more tropical version of Vietnam. And the beaches were decent, although in some places there was quite a lot of rubbish, but the water was kind of beautiful, not super clear, but nice enough. And a couple of beaches were like with clearer water, and some of them like even had starfish in it.
Remember the water park? Amazing.
Yeah, yes, the water park is absolutely amazing. It was a fantastic experience, and the ticket costs around 25 euros per person, and it included the cable car go to and back.
Yeah.
Then the cable car, the small theme park, and
very decent.
And the water park. Well, the water park was the large. The water park was the most fun part of this ticket.
And also the going back and forth. It was amazing. It's one of the longest in the world.
In the world, the cable car, and the water park was not too big, but it was enough for a few hours.
But I think we spent like 6 hours.
No, like 6 hours is a few hours.
I'll add the thing that we never knew before, that it's so much fun going to a water park in a tropical country where it's plus 35 outside. It's so enjoyable. You never get cold. Like you can go on and on these attractions.
But you burn. You have to stand in the shade.
Yes.
We stood in the shade all the time. We took out the shade. We stood in the shade all the time, and we still got burnt a little because it's not worth putting the sunscreen on because it just washes out, and so but still maybe if you are going to that park you should wear like long sleeves and like shorts or pants, whatever, because the sun is strong. Because it's not worth for sunscreen because it just washes down.
Yes, I will sum it up that Phuket Island, it's like a mild and easy version of Vietnam.
Yeah, it was nice.
Vietnam is okay also for beginners.
Yes.
But Phuket Island is even milder and easier to grasp version of Vietnam.
Yeah.
With some very unique things like the cities that they are trying to build, like man-made cities that look like European cities. It's not really working out. I hope it works out in the end because it's kind of fun.
Well, I think it would be nice if they completed that city, which is not far from the, which is like directly next to the cable car. It would be awesome. I think it would be like a nice place for Asian tourists because, if they can't afford going to Europe, they can go to this like European town. Well, of course, it's not even close to the real thing, but still, it's very beautiful, beautifully made. Like considering the fact that it's an island in Asia, and they're colorful, and they did like a mosaic stairs. I think there was similar to Gaudi park steps.
Barcelona.
And there was like some sort of like Italian street and whatnot, and it's kind of
fun.
Cute. It's fun, and I think Asian tourists would enjoy it.
But to rate Phuket, I would say it this way: if it's a place for a person like us who has been to many places and are just looking for something new, then it's kind of like it almost thumbs up. It's like maybe 70%, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
For a tourist, it might be like a little bit too boring for.
Yeah, I think
real Vietnam is more fun.
Yeah, if you want to visit Vietnam, I think you should go to mainland Vietnam. Phuket is just like, it's just a bonus.
A light version. Phuket Island, Vietnam. Then we are flying to a new country for us, the first time in the country. South Korea.
You know what? I was surprised that there are direct flights from Phuket Island to South Korea. Maybe that's why maybe many South Koreans are there in Phuket because there's a direct flight.
Yeah, South Korea. The first time, a huge thumbs up. In short.
I loved it.
I remember how we were walking the streets. It was maybe the second or third week, and you told me, Kaspars, this doesn't look like a real city. This looks like a simulation. It looks like a game. It's too perfect, and
Japan is even more perfect. But it's another story.
It's another story.
For another day.
But at that time we hadn't been to Japan, and amazing. South Korea, the capital, Seoul. We
exceeded expectations.
We spent a month living in the town and the city next to Seoul, the capital. It's kind of part of the same big
Bucheon.
Metropolitan area. We stayed in Bucheon. We liked Bucheon. We spent also a lot of time in Seoul, the main part of the city. We just liked it. It's incredible.
You can't even describe it. It's wonderful. Thumbs up.
Modern. Convenient transport, reasonable prices.
Yeah, nice food. Lots of kimchi.
Yes, super safe. Convenient stores, shops, cafes, everything. 1 or 2 minute walk away.
Yeah.
Always. Nice hiking options. Nice mountains near the city.
Toilets everywhere.
Parks, beautiful parks. Polite people.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We will go to Korea this year. Yeah, for 2 weeks, I think. This time we are going to visit Busan and maybe Jeju Island.
Yeah. I have been to Busan a little bit the last time, and I was feeling sick, so I didn't really go and see too much.
The flu, right?
Yeah.
No, not the flu, but the cold.
Yeah, and also went to the city called Gumi. You can watch all that on YouTube, and also to the nearby islands near Seoul. Interesting place, but overall country, just a big thumbs up.
All the way.
Then you went to Latvia, and I went alone to Uzbekistan. Second time in Uzbekistan. I've
been to Uzbekistan. Yeah, we went there as well last year. Year before that.
Yeah, the first time we visited with you, like Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva, all the main cities. Definitely go to Khiva if you have a chance. Amazing place. And this time I also went to one new place in the very west of Uzbekistan. There is sea. There was a sea. It's disappearing now. Aral Sea. You can watch a video about it, and it's interesting with the fact that it's disappearing due to humans doing something industrial stuff. Something went wrong.
Terribly wrong, because for a sea to disappear.
Yeah, it started disappearing, and it goes on. And when you go there to that last town, it's very sad and interesting at the same time to think that here there was sea. Now you have to go on an off-road driving for 4 hours to get to the water. I'm filming that also in that video. Crazy. Okay, Uzbekistan. For visiting, a big thumbs up. I think it's one of the also most underrated countries at the moment that deserves more tourists. They are
definitely
repairing everything, and it looks so nice, beautiful, and super affordable.
Yeah.
Nice people.
The food is not that great.
The food is not great. Transportation, amazing.
Yeah.
Trains like in Taiwan or.
Yeah, there is a speed train linking Tashkent, Bukhara and Samarkand, but it doesn't go all the way to Khiva. But you can fly to Khiva as well.
Yes, we flew once, and we also have taken trains. Okay, Uzbekistan, yeah, very good country. Then I went on a short visit to Tajikistan. I had been to Tajikistan a little bit, to a city called Khujand. This time I wanted to see the capital, and the capital is Dushanbe. There's a few videos from Dushanbe on this channel. In short, not as interesting as Tashkent for me. Interesting for me as a traveler to see what different cities are like. I like to visit cities. I went also to the mountains near Dushanbe. Amazing mountains, very very beautiful mountains. Spent only one day there because I was getting super tired from traveling and I wanted to.
You wonder why?
I wanted to go back to Europe, and so the next day I took a shared taxi to the city, very cheap, maybe like $5, no, not even $5, maybe like $1 or $2, or maybe $5. No, not $5, not $5. And then in the city I'm like, okay, so I want to go to Uzbekistan. From there I'm flying in the direction of Europe, and I'm thinking like how to get to that border point. I'm feeling very lazy. I don't want to go to the bus station to look for a bus or for a minivan or something. And I'm like, I'll just go on the street and flag a taxi. It works. I get a taxi, I tell the man, Uzbekistan. We speak in Russian, he speaks in Russian, so I also
Granica.
I say Granica, yeah.
Yeah, which means the border.
The border.
And he thought that you're saying больница, which means hospital.
He takes me to Uzbekistan hospital, and I'm like, no, we haven't arrived. We are going to Uzbekistan, to country where is the city of Tashkent. He's like, Uzbekistan, border. Okay. And so off we go. Border point, super quiet and empty, but I wanted to go through that border point. I don't know why. I just wanted to get there. There is not much information about it. I went there. And on the other side I got another taxi, no other public transportation options. The last option I had found was walking for 10 or something kilometers, so 2-3 hours to the nearest town and find transportation there, but I could get a transport on the border. I took a taxi for I think 300 or 400 kilometers, so almost full day of half day of driving, getting to the city of Termez in Uzbekistan, a city on the border between Uzbekistan and Afghanistan. I wanted to go there because I was thinking, it's on the border with Afghanistan, it must have some Afghan influence. It doesn't really have any Afghan influence. It's a nice town, well kept. It's being made even better, like streets are clean, buildings are nice, places are being renovated, but it's super boring for 5 or what days. I was thinking it's gonna be more Afghan. Next time I may be doing some research before going to such a remote place.
But there's some sort of historical, like
a few places.
Yeah, there's a historical place. Our acquaintance went there, but you didn't go.
I went to another place. Remember I told you, there's also a video about this place. I walked to that Buddhist stupa on the border of Afghanistan.
Okay.
In some cotton field.
Because in Afghanistan there was Buddhism at some point.
Yeah, in the region, there was. Okay. Another thing that played into all this, me being so tired, was that it was like plus 50 degrees for the last 5 weeks that I had been there.
And so you went to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Where it's even hotter.
So I took a taxi from Termez because it wasn't possible to get a train so soon, and went to Samarkand, took a flight to Abu Dhabi. Crazy hot in the Emirates in July, I think, plus 50 again. I could hardly walk, but I still had planned to go to Bahrain. So Tajikistan, like in the middle, but I want to go to the mountains. I believe that this country has a lot to offer in the nature. From the photos and videos that I have seen, it looks like incredible, like Nepal, Pakistan, New Zealand kind of mountains, but with less tourists. Yeah, getting back to Emirates, didn't really see much. I have been there before. We have been to
Yeah, me too.
to Dubai. Bahrain, new country, small country, island country in the Middle East, very close to the Emirates, to Abu Dhabi. Honestly, if I knew how close it is, I think I would have taken a bus. If there is a bus. But I took a flight, I think it was 45 minutes, and I landed in Bahrain, and I was immediately surprised at how modern, efficient is this place, this country. It's one of the first countries, or the first countries in the region that found the oil, and they are a rich nation, doing well. You can see that on the streets, like, not very strongly, because there are also like simpler buildings. It's not all shiny skyscrapers, but as a tourist I felt very good. Getting around was easy, public transportation you can see on Google Maps. In short, I was planning to be there for a day or two, ended up spending almost a week enjoying it. I went also to the beach. People go to Bahrain for swimming, like for a beach destination, as a beach holiday destination.
Yeah, I saw the photos. Water looks amazing there.
It's thumbs up from me, even though it is kind of boring. But I really enjoyed it. I liked also the food. The local food, I believe it was Bahraini, but they also have lots of food from India, Pakistan,
Philippines.
Philippines not.
Well, they have.
They
but
have.
I don't like it.
I don't. Yeah, I just enjoyed it. I felt very good in Bahrain. Yeah, I have been to, let's say, Kuwait. I felt not as great in Kuwait.
But it's a tale for another day.
Yeah. Bahrain, amazing. One of the reasons I went to Bahrain was related to the next country where I also went alone, and the same summer. Saudi Arabia. I booked that flight to Bahrain because there is a bridge between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, and I was like, oh, it sounds like a very interesting idea for a vlog, to go from Bahrain to Saudi Arabia on a bus. Like, I haven't heard much about people traveling to Saudi with their bus. I did that. It's easy. I applied for visa in advance. Everything went smoothly. Yeah, you actually just go to the bus station, say I want to go to Saudi Arabia, they sell you a ticket and you go. That's easy. In Saudi Arabia I visited 3 major cities: Dammam on the east, Riyadh, the capital in the middle of the country, in the middle of the desert, and Jeddah on the west coast, the most popular beachside city. Probably also the biggest is Jeddah. What can I say? It's easier to travel around than I was expecting it. It's easier without knowing Arabic, the language of the country, than I was expecting it. Food is good. Again, quite a lot of South Asian food due to all the people from different national countries living in Saudi Arabia. But at the same time, I must also say that I kind of felt bored. Partly because it's such a car-oriented country and it's hard to walk anywhere. It's even harder to walk anywhere when it's plus 50 degrees outside.
I wonder why.
I'm curious to go and see something more, but I need a car.
Yeah, I think if we go there we will need to rent a car.
Yeah.
It's a very car-oriented country, I think.
So while I felt good, I felt like I'm missing out, and I felt very miserable when walking. in plus 50.
You felt like you're missing out, or you're not missing out?
I felt like I'm missing out, like I'm not seeing all that is because I didn't have transport to go to these places.
And it was just too hot.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to spend again 20 euros on that taxi and that taxi because.
More than 20 probably.
Yeah. Like, I left with the feeling that I need 100 euros a day for transports only. Like, if I want to see as much as I want to see.
There is a very popular tourist destination there. It's in the desert, and I think it's some sort of, what was it?
I don't know. I don't know the names of these places.
But there is something like what? Like hiking? There is a popular, or there are two.
There are several. There is this concert hall somewhere in the desert. There is also this like historical cave buildings made into caves or something like similar to what you have in Jordan.
Yeah.
I have to return. At the moment, my feelings are like, not really. It's not. It wasn't as. It didn't feel as great as I was thinking it's gonna be. What I didn't expect also was that it felt less developed than Dubai. I was thinking Jeddah and Riyadh are going to be more similar to Dubai. I think they are not. Mm-hmm. They are not.
But I think you said that Bahrain is even more developed than, or no?
I kind of felt like I'm more in a modern country in Bahrain than in the capital of Saudi Arabia in Riyadh.
But there was like where was this beautiful old city in where?
Jeddah, amazing place.
Yeah, they rebuilt it, I think.
Yeah, it's epic. It's in Riyadh. They also have this historical city that they are rebuilding. I think it's. Kind of boring, but what they have in Jeddah, it feels like properly historical. It feels like you are walking the streets of Istanbul, maybe like the historical streets, like very unique feeling. Only the look, everything, it looks different in Jeddah, the old city. Highly recommended place. Next country was a short visit to Italy, not much to talk about it here.
Rome was central Rome is pretty, like the historical Rome. We went there 10 years ago and it was pretty. But around the station you told me that it's especially during the night.
It's very rough, it's very rough, it's very scary. It's the first time in this like year of travel that I felt like I don't want to walk here.
I think many people share this thought.
So then going to Latvia, then again I'm leaving alone a little bit to Vienna.
But it was several months later.
Yes.
We were in Latvia for several months.
So Vienna, the capital of, I believe it's the capital of Austria.
Yeah.
A big surprise and a big thumbs up from me.
I really liked Vienna. It's very tidy and pretty and quite small. Compact.
Nice. I was thinking that there are less people than there actually are.
And cheaper than I thought.
Yeah, I think there are like 1.5 million people, but it felt like a 500,000 people city. So that means it must be rather efficient. It was a short stay. And for you, it is also like a short stay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vienna, Kuwait, not really another story. So I had forgotten actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was another year, but it was the same year. So the same year I went to Bahrain and also Kuwait, another tiny country in the Middle East. A big Middle Eastern city. Small country, but a big city. This is what the feeling
like
is.
Like Singapore, country / city, city, country, city.
I felt good again. Modern, developed. You can walk there. A big thumbs up for that. It's not great everywhere, but you can more than in Saudi Arabia. Nice malls, nice shopping malls,
Beach.
Prices?
What about the beach?
reasonable. Beach, I didn't go to the beach.
Oh, or it's not a beach destination, no?
There are beaches, but I haven't really heard about people going to the beach in Kuwait.
No,
Kuwait
maybe.
City. You can get visa just on the arrival if you are from Latvia and from some European countries, and I guess also not only European. Yeah, I went there because it was convenient on the way, and I was curious to see. Then I went to Nepal. We have been.
Yeah, we have been to Nepal several years ago, right after the earthquake, or a year later, something like that.
Mhm.
And I would say it's a big thumbs up if you hike in the mountains.
Mhm. Yeah. Mountains are very beautiful.
Cities are somewhat rough, but probably partly because of that earthquake which destroyed a big part of the country.
Yeah, you still see the aftermath of the earthquake
Yeah.
also now in 2023.
Because the country is poor and it takes time for them to repair.
Yes, and
Even with all the donations from the organizations, still it takes time.
this time,
And COVID hit hard there.
yes, they are a tourism destination. They
Yeah.
rely on tourism.
Yeah,
They have the mountains. Mountains are the number one thing why people go to Nepal.
yeah, and during the COVID times, it was like, I think there were like so much restrictions, both for locals and tourists. So they really,
Felt it.
felt it. Yeah, so, and you can see that in the cities.
Yes,
Unfortunately.
yes. I didn't go on any long hikes this time, partly because now to go on a hike you have to have a guide or join a group tour. I don't want to join a group tour if I'm going on a, in my opinion, simple hike.
But you can go on day hikes in Nepal still.
Yeah. I went
Yeah.
to a few places. You can see videos from these places. Yeah, nice, beautiful mountains, and I just I saw the same thing that I felt before, that it's a mountain destination.
Yeah, for sure.
Thumbs up.
Ups.
Thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up. There are
For-
several hikes, several like large hiking routes you can do in Nepal.
And they are doable also for beginners.
Yeah.
We did the Annapurna circuit on our own like 9 or 8 years ago, without a guide, without a porter, without experience in high mountains,
Yeah, but
following
now,
a map.
yeah, but now you need to have a guide.
Yeah, but if you, in case you're worried, like if your physical is enough for the mountains, there's a high chance that it's okay, and if you train, you will feel
Yeah,
better. You don't need to be an athlete to do
Yeah.
these hikes.
yeah. Now I think since we train, and I think now it will be like even easier for us
Yeah.
to hike. But if you're just starting your fitness journey and you are not as fit, I think it will be very possible for you to hike.
And then one of the biggest surprises
yes.
of our travels.
Yeah, I was reluctant to go. I really didn't want to go. I even thought about canceling the ticket.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah, because I thought there were like COVID hit them hard. Then there was some sort of economical crisis, still is, and I was worried that there will be some, like theft or I don't know, riots, and so I thought about even canceling the ticket and booking a ticket to Thailand, but it was perfect.
It was
Sri Lanka,
perfect.
well, for a tourist, it's still the perfect destination, as I understand it was years ago.
Yes, I was surprised to learn that I actually haven't even now checked the data, but I believe that Sri Lanka has been a popular tourism destination for many years, because you see it, you feel like you are in a country that knows tourism. You see lots of hotels. It's easy to find a driver, a tuk-tuk driver, a car driver, to rent something, to buy something, to go on excursions.
Perfect.
Super easy. People welcoming. Places.
Food is delicious and cheap.
Beautiful. Food. Amazing.
Beautiful ocean.
Ocean. Mountains.
Yes.
Hiking.
Cities. We
Cities.
even liked Colombo. Everyone said that Colombo is some sort of shit city, but we really liked it. It's so tidy. Well, there is a part, like an old part, which is not as tidy and pretty, but still, it's very interesting and really cool. And there are so many restaurants, and yeah, I would definitely recommend visiting not only Colombo but also the whole of Sri Lanka, of course, because in Colombo is just, well, for a day or two, but like really nice beaches. Like we went to Bentota, Hikaduva, Unavatuna. We went to the city of Galle, which is a fantastic a historical city with, what was it, colonial architecture, I believe.
Yeah.
And we went to Ella, we went to hike and to see the nature. We went to Kandy, which is a pretty interesting city. The city surrounds a lake, surrounds the Kandy Lake, I believe, and it's really cool. And we also went to Yala National Park, but I think we went there too early, like right after the monsoon season, and we didn't see too many animals. But yeah, so yeah, check out the weather and the like when you like check out the predictions, like when it's better, when it's like when it's more animals. So.
And if you can, maybe simply like leave it to the very last moment, this decision to go or not. You can maybe
go
stay in some city, ask around some other tourists, like who have recently been to the Yala National Park, and maybe they can tell you like, yeah, like the experience yesterday was amazing, and if it's not raining now, then likely it's gonna be very similar. In our case, it was like.
Yeah, even our driver was disappointed, remember? He was like, okay, sorry, but we didn't see any animals, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it was not great.
There are other national parks with animals, like, I don't remember the names, but there are like special ones for the elephants only, and I think just other, for like, other national parks. And these national parks with animals, they're like a proper safari. It's not like animals in cages. It's something like in Africa, but with less animals. So they're like roaming freely there.
It's just not as a big place as it is in Kenya or Tanzania. The only, I think, bad experience was in Kandy, like with the drivers. They were very pushy.
Yeah, taxi drivers.
We didn't take them, and we just traveled around with buses.
Yeah.
Cheap, nice.
Yeah, and we got a better service using a local public bus, which is interesting. The bus cost like, I don't know, let's say 20 or 30 cents, and it was much better and nicer experience than a taxi.
Summing it up, lots of experiences, and two of the highlights. I think these were like Sri Lanka and Laos, like two of the biggest surprises.
Yes.
Something that we didn't expect to be as
Korea.
amazing. Of course.
How can we forget that?
Of course.
Korea number one, then Sri Lanka, and then Laos.
Yes, I agree on this one. These are the three
Korea
highlights: South Korea, Sri Lanka, and Laos. That's it.
Yeah, that's it for now.
Until next time. Bye.